This motion picture contains scenes of strong physical force. Parental discretion is advised.
Oh. Oh. That knocked the hood off on the ground. Oh my God. Okay. There you go. Lawn. Can't call it that a tractor. I'm just refused. Lawn rider. Okay. Straightforward there. Alrighty. I think I've got it. I'm closer to getting it dialed in. It's still not perfect, but I think I'm pretty close. The old narrow frame is living up to its reputation. These things are a bear to work on compared to my 882 Cub and really compared to my Sears Suburban. That thing is a breeze to work on compared to this. So much room in that thing and a lot simpler design. I can see why they were so popular. So as you saw there in that last shot, the neutral out part's working. So when you're in forward and you go and hit the brake, it goes back to neutral. It did have a little bit of forward creep, I noticed. After all my adjustments, I'm gonna have to go in again and loosen this bracket I was talking about back up in here and give it one more adjust and keep that thing from creeping forward. But we are, man, we are getting really close to being mechanically done with this thing. I'm gonna be left with, I've got to fix the fuel tank. It's got, still has those pinholes in it. I've got a kit to fix that up. Getting pretty close, guys. I'm getting pretty excited to get this thing, get on it and drive around on it, and then I'll have to tear into the mower deck. It's got a 42-inch mower deck that I found separately. My plan is to not make this a garage / parade queen, but I'm going to use this thing. Go to all this work and restore one, and then take it out and scratch it up. But it's already got all kinds of stuff from putting it together and working on it so much. Look around this area. I'll touch all that up just so it'll look nice once. But I want to use this thing. I want to probably mow our front yard with it. It has a nice tight turning radius, and just do a little bit of vintage mowing action with it. So okay, it's time to do some adjustments. when I have this thing running, I got the back wheels lifted off the ground, got the rear end blocked up. When I've been running it, I noticed that I think the right wheel, it just kind of barely rolls forward. So it's not in perfect neutral. I can push back on the control arm here and get it to stop. So I've got to get that zeroed. The way to do that is up underneath, and I'll show you in a second. But before you do that, consult your factory service manual on all this stuff. It's downloadable for your model. It says you have to adjust the brakes first where they're supposed to go. Not sure why, but that's just what it says. So they're really easy to do. You've just got your, underneath up inside is just a simple linkage with no adjustments. So your adjustments for the brakes are all done right there. Super simple. You've got these arms that link up to the brake pedal, and you just see it, just a simple pull. There's not a lot of travel on these things, but the way to adjust them simply is just to back this screw forward and aft and the one behind it, and then kind of cinch them down. I think I've got it dialed in. I have to say I didn't quite understand the measuring schematic. They drew up a little graph of this section right here of the brake pedal, and it's kind of cryptic to me. I don't know. I wasn't real clear. Something about, I don't know, somewhere around an inch before you reach like this point. I don't know if they mean, I'll have to look at it again, but I don't know if they mean between that brake, this part of the brake arm, and striking that. I'm not sure. So in the last, like, about there and down, you should be getting a full engagement. And when I do that, I can't spin these wheels at all. So I think I've got that right. If not, I'll tinker with that later, but it's close. So the next thing after that is to get this, get the neutral sorted out. And like I said, the way to do that is up under here. Let's see if I can get up under here. It's really tough. Back up in there. I hope I'm on it. No, I'll have to shoot this again. There's a bracket. There's two bolts, two 9/16. You can see them in this frame. They're darker colored ones. It's actually the bracket that holds this whole device right here. I think it's down in there. So right there is one of the bolts you unloosen. That's the top one. There's one straight down below it. There's only two. And this bracket, which is right here, right there, that's your bracket. That slides up and down. It's got some ovalized holes that are actually cut out on the ends. And it's adjustable up and down. And that's your adjustment to get your neutral set. So hope that helps. And let's get under there, tighten this thing down, and move on to the next thing. Clicking them off one at a time. Okay, this PTO has been a pain in the royal neck from a long time ago. Back when I first rebuilt it, tried to install it, it has just been an absolute nightmare trying to deal with this thing. It's actually a later model PTO from the, like a 149 or newer, but supposedly you're supposed to be able to use these on it through the cage that you see in the background. The pulley cage here is the same, so just with a little bit of adjustment here on this guy, it's supposed to work just fine. I finally got a proper pin, and I hope this wasn't my problem the whole time, but I finally got a proper pin in there. You have to have something in that shaft there. There it is, the back side of it. Finally got a proper roll pin in there. It's just one of the semicircle ones. It's not like a spiral. I'm not sure what's supposed to be in there. I haven't had this on hand and tried it out. So now, let's check this out. So when I go to turn this thing, it just turns the whole engine. I'm trying to turn it over right now. See if I can get a good grip on it. It just turns the whole engine. So then I come over here, pull back on this thing. It really takes more than I prefer. I don't know, it still may not be right, but the thing is spinning now pretty good. So I think I might have finally got this thing beat. Like I said, I don't like how much pressure I'm still having to put on this handle. But anyway, that's the update for this segment, and we're going to keep trucking.